Sam here from Sheridan Computers, and in this video we're going to be looking at the Cloud Gateway Ultra from UniFi. This is a great little device that will act both as a router and as a network controller for your access points. Now this particular device doesn't support Protect or Access, but some of the others do, and we'll take a look at them in a second when we do the comparison. But for now, let's look at the specs according to UniFi.
Sheridan Computers, IT, Communications, Support.
Okay, this is quite a small device at 5.6 by 5 by 1.2 inches. And as I mentioned, this only supports UniFi network only. It doesn't support cameras or door access. But managed devices, 30 plus, simultaneous users connected, 300 plus. Max one port count is 4. Now by default, it only has one assigned to the WAN, and that's a 2.5 gigabit RJ45. So if we look at the port layout, we've got 1 gig RJ45 times 4. So that's these LAN ports here, which can also be assigned to your WAN. And by default, as I say, we've got a 2.5 gigabit network port here, port 5. But it's noted that when you've got IDS and IPS enabled, you'll only get a maximum of 1 gigabyte per second throughput. And it's a desktop form factor, so it's not rack mountable. So it's got a stateful firewall, application aware layer 7 firewall, DPI and traffic identification, zone-based firewall for advanced filtering, content filtering, intrusion prevention, ad blocking, IDS, IPS signatures, 55,000 plus with Cyber Secure, which I believe is a paid option. And then we've got VLANs and subnets. And then under VPN and SD-WAN, so we've got license-free SD-WAN, site-to-site VPNs via SiteMagic, IPsec or OpenVPN, and then VPN server, identity endpoint one-click VPN, Teleport 0 configuration VPN, WireGuard, OpenVPN, and L2TP. And then we've got the VPN clients as OpenVPN and WireGuard. Networking, we've got multi-WAN load balancing, dynamic routing via OSPF, advanced quality of service, multicast DNS and MDNS, advanced NAT, source NAT, destination NAT, masquerade, NAT pooling and one-to-one NAT, integrated radius server, radius over TLS, additional internet failover with UniFi LTE backup, internet quality and outage reporting, MAC address table sizes 2000, policy-based WAN and VPN routing, customizable DHCP server, IPv6 ISP support, IGMP proxy, and virtual network override. If we look at the hardware, max power consumption is only 6.2 watts and it's powered by USB-C. The adapter is included. The processor is a quad-core ARM Cortex A53 at 1.5 GHz, has 3 GB of RAM and 16 GB of onboard storage, and it weighs 1.1 pounds, so not very much. And it does have a status display on the front, and the management is either Ethernet or Bluetooth, so you can set it up via the web interface or via the app. Let's compare a couple of the available Cloud Gateway options. So as I mentioned, the Cloud Gateway Ultra supports network application only. It's also only £79. If you do need something with more options, then obviously we can go for the Cloud Gateway Max or the Cloud Gateway Fiber, all supporting Network, Protect, Access, Talk and Connect. So I'm not going to go into the others too much. If you need to have a look at that, head over to UniFi's website and have a look yourself. This video is specifically on the Cloud Gateway Ultra, as that's one that I have to hand. So let's dive in and start unboxing. So we have the unit itself. Let's see what else is in here. Power supply, UK. There's also a short network cable. And then finally, looks like we have some feet for the bottom. So if you're interested in the voltage ratings, it outputs 5 volts, 3 amps, 15 watt, or 9 volt, 1.7 amp, 15 watts or 12 volt, 1.25 amp, 15 watt. The model for this is GP M015QC. Just take this out of the plastic. So on the front, we have the Cloud Gateway Ultra and the display. There's UniFi logo on the top, and then on the rear, we have USB-C. We have the WAN port that does say 2.5 on it. And I believe once you turn intrusion detection on and stuff, it slows down to 1 gig. And then we've got the 4 LAN ports. There's a reset button. And I believe port 4 can be used as WAN failover. So let's power it up and take a look. So we're just going to plug the WAN cable in and then power it up. So we've got the UniFi logo. Okay, if you can see that. We've got a progress indicator. Interesting, it actually turns around as well and rotates as you rotate the device. Well, this thing takes a while to start. Okay, so now it says ready for setup. So it shows ready for setup on the MAC address. And then it does give you the web setup, 192.168.1.1. You see that? I just plug the LAN cable into my machine. Just stick the IP address in that it gave us, so 192.168.1.1. Click once a name, make it a bit bigger so you can see it. I'll proceed without a UI account for this. So we need to set a console password. Starting speed test. Speed test complete. Set up UniFi OS. Go to dashboard. Now it's doing a firmware update. Looks like the device is just restarting after the update, so we'll wait for it to restart. All right, we're back online, so let's log in. Right, so we can see the gateway IP address. So we can see gateways, wired devices, access points, clients, gateway IP, system uptime. You can see the UniFi OS version, network version 9.4.19. Shows who our ISP is. The WAN IP address, this is obviously an internal one. Uptime, monthly data usage. We can see the current throughput. And there's funky graphs. You can see Wi-Fi speeds down here. Then we can go into Wi-Fi to see the access points, see internet activity, quality, connections. Under topology, we can see the current network topology. We can filter by all networks, Wi-Fi broadcast, online status, client devices, so whether they're wired, 2.4 gigahertz or 5 gigahertz. We can also filter on labels, so SSID, signal, channels, Wi-Fi, speed, wired, spanning tree priority. And look at devices. Now we can see that we've got the UCG Ultra. Client devices, so this is just the PC that I'm connected from. If you look at the ports, and this is kind of cool how you can filter on in use, warning state, PoE, or link speed. And then if we select one of the ports, we can see we're active, disabled. You can change the native VLAN, tagged VLAN management, we've got Ethernet profiles, port isolation, got loop protection and egress rate limit. We've got insights. We can see flows, threats. Let's have a look under settings. So if we go to overview, obviously you can see the default settings, current internet configuration. If we want to set up a VPN server, we can do that. Set up VPN clients or a site-to-site VPN. Got cyber secure, so upgrade to cyber secure enhanced. So this is obviously paid because it's from Proofpoint. We've got region blocking, encrypted DNS, honeypot, identification, block page, SSL certificate, intrusion prevention. We have content filters, so you can select the devices you want it to apply to. Ad blocking, safe search, filtering, allow list, block list, and schedule. Then we've got various policies that we can set up and assign. Traffic and firewall rules. So we can create an entry block, allow. This is pretty simple stuff. Got system profiles, so port profiles, Wi-Fi speed limits, radius, network lists, and WAN SLA. Then we've got our system settings. So just set the country, language, time format, side panel tabs. What does that do? Display navigation tabs on the side panel used for devices and other settings. Interface, so new or legacy. Interface refresh rate. Professional installer, so this will give you advanced settings. You can change debug on. Email, so custom server or SSO. Then under the UCG Ultra, we've got control plane, so updates. There's an update for the network, so we might as well go ahead and do that. So the network's up to date. We can install inner space if we want to. Integrations, so you can enable a network API. We've got curl examples. You can create your API key. Backups, download, upload and restore. We've got console settings. So you can edit your location on the map. LED screen, so enabled or disabled. Set the brightness. Night mode, so start time and end time for when the screen comes on and goes off. Email services, so you can use a UI mail server or a custom mail server. It allows you to obviously specify your own details. Analytics and improvements. So this is information that's collected. We'll turn that off. Enable remote access. So if you do that, it's going to want you to sign into a Ubiquiti account. Direct remote connections. We can enable SSH, and then we've got controls, so restart, shutdown, factory reset. About this console. Compliance. We can set up push notifications. And then obviously the identity. And then we have the usual logs, alarm manager, and admins and users. If you need to reconfigure WAN, we can click here. It shows the name, port that we're using, port 5. Then we can change VLAN IDs, MAC address, smart queues, IGMP proxy, UPnP. And then we've got DHCP, static, PPPoE, IPv4 over IPv6. And obviously these are set to automatic, but we can set it to manual. So if we need to set it to PPPoE, for example, we can specify the username, the password. You can add additional IP addresses. Then you've got your IPv6 configuration. Cancel that. Same with internet too. Configure that here for the second WAN connection. Then we can set up port forwarding, policy-based routes, NAT rules, DNS records, ACL, all policies, static routes. So there's a lot of options. It's the first time I've actually seen this device. Okay, let's adopt our first device. Just worth noting at this point, I'm adopting a bunch of U7 Pros, and these things can take up to 21 watts. And you'll notice I'm doing this on a light 16 PoE. This has a total PoE availability of 45 watts. Just be careful on the wattage of the access points that you're getting and the switch that you marry up to. So this is just for demo purposes, and it's the only switch that I've got to hand. And I just wanted to point that out. So we'll start with this UniFi 16 port switch. So we'll connect to one of the non-PoE ports. Connect that into the LAN, power that up. We should see it appear for adoption. Okay, we have our USW Lite, so let's adopt it. While that's adopting, I'm going to plug some access points in as well. So I have a U7 Pro, we'll connect this up as well. Now we can see this is also appeared for adoption, so we'll go ahead and adopt that. Okay, so you can see we've got this U7 Pro that's already adopted. We've adopted the switch, and I've added these three U7 Pros, so we're going to adopt them as well. So we'll just click adopt on these. Give this one an update. Now we've got at least one U7 Pro, the others are adopting. So now we should be able to set up the Wi-Fi. So if we go to settings, Wi-Fi, we can see our Wi-Fi stats here. And if we scroll further down, you've got default Wi-Fi speeds, channel AI, 5 gigahertz roaming assistant, wireless meshing, so you can disable that if you need to, mesh monitor, auto link, and Wi-Fi man support. So we'll go ahead and create a new Wi-Fi network, give it a name and a password. Broadcasting APs, want all of them. We're just going to leave this on standard. So I don't actually bother playing with any of the settings unless we need to. So just leave it on auto. Generally, if people do have problems, it's because they've been messing about trying to optimize things and there's really no need. So we'll go ahead and create that. So you can see we've now got our Wi-Fi network, native, all access points, using 2.4 gig, 5 gigahertz and 6 gigahertz. Go back to devices, have a look where we're up to. That's it. All our devices are now adopted. That's it for this video. If you've used any of the UniFi Cloud Gateway devices, let me know in the comments. How's it gone for you? If you found this video useful, please hit the like button so other people can find it. And if you'd like to hire us for any UniFi consulting, head across to SheridanComputers.com. If you've made it this far, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.